Hello, class 4. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. Here is today's writing task for you. We're going to build on the work that you did on Friday when you found facts about Peter Brown, the author of Wild Robot. If you didn't do Friday's work, it's still there in your to-dos, so it's important that you find the facts out before you do today's lesson, because if you don't, then you'll have nothing to write about. So please have a look at your to-dos and do the Peter Brown fact file first, and then you can move on to today's lesson. So for today's lesson, you're going to be learning how to write introductions to biographies. So biographies, if you can remember, they are the story of somebody's life, facts about somebody's life. So we're going to have a go at writing an introduction to a biography. Now, an introduction to a biography just tells you a summary, a quick few sentences about who the person is in general, not lots of detail about what they've done in their life, just who they are. So you're going to use the first box from your Peter Brown fact file. So I'm going to share my screen with you now, and you should see here we go. You should have done this page. Here's an example from one of the children in the class who did brilliantly. If you recognize this as yours, well done. Very proud of you. One of the best ones that I've seen. So we're only going to be looking at this page here today. This is the detail, the information that we are going to put into our introduction. So the introduction should tell you the name of the person, when they were born, where they were born or where they lived, their hometown, what college or school they went to, and if they've got any. Now a spouse is a wife or a husband, and then children. So if they have any children, a bit of information about the children. So you're going to do the Peter Brown one, so you're going to put these into sentences, but I'm going to show you how to do it by using a member of your family. So somebody that you're living with, you can find these facts out about them to use for your first introduction. So you need to go to your to-dos, and when you open your to-dos, you will find that there is a biography introduction. And your first task is to write an introduction about your family member, member of your family. So you want their name, date of birth, where they were born, what college or university or school they went to. So here we go. I'll show you what mine would be. So here's me. Let's do one for me. So Mr. Blake, first of all, there's my name, Mr. Blake. That bit's done. Name, where I was born. Mr. Blake. Now read full sentences, so capital letters and full stops are important here. Mr. Blake was born in Ashington. A small town in Northumberland. Mr. Blake was born in Ashington, a small town in Northumberland, on the 13th of February 1981. There we go. So there's my first sentence. I've done the name and the date of birth. Okay. Mr. Blake was born in Ashington, a small town in Northumberland, on the 13th of February 1981. For those of you that are good at maths, you will see that in about less than 3 weeks' time, I will be 40 years old in 3 weeks' time. So if you want to send me an email saying happy birthday in a few weeks, that would be lovely. So the next sentence then is my hometown. So where did I live when I was growing up? So he lived in Ellington he lived in Ellington until he was 18 years old when he moved to Alnwick. So there's my hometowns. He lived in Ellington until he was 18 years old when he moved to Alnwick. Boom. So that's that done. College and schools. Now, I went to 3 colleges / schools, universities, so I'm going to put them all in. He attended Ashington, don't need 2 I's, Ashington High School, Newcastle University, and Durham University, where he trained to become a teacher. Boom, job's good. Now I've got lots of space left in this box, so what I can do is I can make my font size a bit bigger to fill it up. I might want to change the font to make it look a bit more interesting. Let's go for Poppins, looks fun. Oh, it's filled up my box. Let's just move it down. I'll have to move the Peter Brown box down now as well. There we go. I can delete this now because I know who I'm writing about. There you go. Mr. Blake was born in Ashington, a small town in Northumberland, on the 30th of February 91. He lived at Ellington until he was 18 years old when he moved to Alnwick. He attended Ashington High School, Newcastle University, and Durham University, where he trained to become a teacher. So what we've got next, spouse. So I am not married, but I am engaged. Mr. Blake is currently engaged to Jessica. I best put in brackets Jessica. I'll not put Jessica's surname because you might not want me to tell you. Mr. Blake is currently engaged to Jessica, and there's children, and he has no children yet. No children yet. Boom. So that's Mr. Blake done. So you need to write this introduction for somebody in your family, probably someone that you live with or someone that you can ring up and find some facts about. And then once you finish that, you can then do your Peter Brown one by using this information. So Peter Brown was born in 1979 in Hopewell, New Jersey, America. He attended the Art Center College of Design, where he learned to draw and illustrate picture books. Of course, we don't know if he's got a spouse or children because we couldn't find that information online anywhere. Okay, so good luck with that. I'll be able to see how you've got on by looking at your